Hi everyone, how are you doing? Welcome back to Lead with Ifeanyi Ebere. So today we're going to be talking about something very emotional. This is a healing against all odds. Okay? Um Before I go ahead, I want to remind you something that people must hurt you. Knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, deliberately or not deliberately, they are going to hurt you. For one reason or the other, people are going to hurt you. Okay? So, where the difference is how you handle it and how you move forward. All right? I'm going to give you a little story. So, I had a little stuff out there and I got hurt. And I was, somehow like, God, was all this? And then God called my attention and he said something to me. He said, worship me, praise me. And I was like, how am I going to praise you in the middle of this hurt? And he said, praise me. And I was looking at the person who has hurt me and what they've done to me and what I am feeling inside. But guess what? God was looking at me and looking at where he is taking me to. All right. And so I was really down and in tears, I started worshiping God. At some point, I started dancing. I was crying and I was dancing and I was praising God. And at some point, he asked me to stop and he said, I want you to pray a prayer. Pray that you will not, what I want to teach you and what I want you to get in this season will not pass you by. And I prayed that prayer. And when I was done, he asked me to go ahead and worship again. And I kept praising and praising. And then he asked me to pick up my devotional. And I thank God for my devotional. It's on my phone. And whenever I'm going through any issue, once I open my devotional, whatever that is there at that moment is what will attend to the situation that I'm going through at that moment. And immediately I opened the devotional. What I saw was Matthew 5:44. All right. And it talked about forgiving those who have hurt you and loving them, praying for them who have used you and who have offended you one way or the other. And he asked me to forgive. It was really hurting, but I was crying and I was releasing forgiveness. And he said, I want you to pray for those who have done things to you. And I started praying, I prayed and prayed. And when I was done, I noticed that everything inside of me went down and I became better off. And I was able to communicate better with those who have hurt me, associate, and um, I noticed a lot of lessons. God really surprised me within the season. All right. And he taught me a whole lot. I don't want to go into that yet. All right. So, but what are we talking about? You must learn to heal. See, when you are thinking about all the things that they've done to you or whoever has hurt you, God is thinking about you. All right. And that is the same thing I'm here to do. I'm here to stand with God to do what? Think about you and about where you're going to. So I don't want to know what they've done to you. What I want you to know is that there is a pathway for healing. All right. So you must heal against all odds. And my mentor, who also happens to be my sister, she's actually a clinical psychologist and therapist. She will always teach me something, and she will always say, if you, whenever you make a mistake, um, go and correct it. And if it is something that cannot be corrected, she tells me, learn from it and move on. And my late father, may his soul rest in peace, would always say to me, Ife, every day is a classroom. Every person you meet is a teacher, and every experience is a lesson. All right? And I need you to understand this, that every single day is a classroom for you to learn. So no matter what anybody does to you part time, that person is a teacher, is teaching you something. And you must draw the positive out of whatever they've taught you, no matter how painful it is. Draw the positive and move on. And you need to know that every experience that you've ever encountered is a lesson for you. And you must learn the positive lesson. Okay? Are we good with that? All right. So now we move again. Um, I want to explain one thing to you about the steps to healing. Okay, the steps to healing. So number one step to healing is understanding that people will hurt you. You need to have it here. People will hurt you. If you do not understand that people will hurt you, it is a problem. I don't want you to see everybody as a saint. No, there are people that will hurt you in one way or the other. When you understand that there will be people that will hurt you, you will not you will not over what you do not expect way too much from people. Okay, that's one. Number two, I need you to understand a second thing. Remind yourself that the greatest hurt will always come from the people who know you, those who are close to you. All right. So I don't want you to see everybody around you as perfect. This will also help you to be careful with what you say to people. All right? What you divulge, informations that you give out to people. This will also help you to be careful with that and how you deal with them. Because people who are going to hurt you are close by. See, if Judas Iscariot is very close to Jesus could hurt him, who are we not to get hurt? All right? And again, number three, everybody cannot be you. You know, this is something that my siblings always ring into my ears growing up, and they keep reminding me. They say, Ify, everybody cannot be you. Everybody cannot think maturely like you. Everybody cannot keep other people's informations like you. Everybody cannot do the things that you do. Everybody cannot forgive easily the way you do. I personally, I'm somebody that doesn't intentionally hurt anybody or anything at all, and they'll tell me everybody cannot be like you. Do you understand? And that is the same thing I'm saying to you. Everybody cannot be like you. For the fact that you're good does not mean that everybody has to be good like you too. You must have that in your mind. Number three. Number three is this. I'm sorry, I've said number three already. So number four, please. Future forgiveness. All right. There are two kinds of people that you must forgive before they offend you. Number one person is yourself. Some of you out there, you are yet to forgive yourself. You made a mistake. Yes, you made a mistake. We know you made a mistake. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. All right? Forgive yourself. What did I say? Forgive yourself. You must learn to forgive yourself. See, the greatest gift you can ever give to yourself is the gift of forgiveness. You must forgive yourself. The number two person that you must forgive is your offender, the person who has offended you. You must learn to forgive the person who has offended you. Okay? There's this thing that will always be said that you cannot what's the right word? You cannot drink poison and expect the other person to do what? To die. You can't do that. You can take poison and expect the other person to do what? To die. All right? It is you who has taken the poison that's going to die. So, what's the poison? Unforgiveness. So, you must learn to do what? Forgive. That is one thing. All right? And let me give you some reasons why you need to forgive this person and forgive yourself. Number one, for the obedience to the word of God. Okay? Number two, your peace of mind. Number three, your mental health. See, let me tell you something. Your sanity is most important here. When you don't forgive people, it affects you up there. All right? And then again is your general well-being. All right? When you are not okay inside, it affects your physical health. It affects your physical health. So with this, I still have more for you, but that will be on the second episode for next week. We'll continue from there, healing against all odds. So until then, bye bye.